If you're looking to massively grow your YouTube subscribers, today's show is for you. I'd like to welcome my very special guest, Casey Pascuzzi, founder and CEO of newly rebranded Edge First Wealth Partners. Casey, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks, Laura. I appreciate it. Love to be here.
So full disclosure, we do videos with Casey. Casey is one of those natural creators. So he's doing videos on his own. He's doing videos with us. He's just like the guy who can step in front of the camera and record, which is maybe not in everyone's wheelhouse. Where does that come from, Casey?
I've always been a good talker, as I've been told over the years. I used to be told I talk too much, and that seems to have found its way to being a positive thing in this light. And I also I'm very animated. I'm Italian, so I use my hands and I talk loud and I talk a lot. So it just kind of was a natural thing to just talk in front of the camera. And one of my big things is, kind of have fun. So that's kind of what we do. And you guys have helped me kind of try to capture some of that at the beginning of my videos and have a little bit more fun with them once I got a little more used to doing it.
So about a year ago, you had this brand new YouTube channel and something around 12 subscribers. And in the span of 4 months, I know you grew that from 12 to 732. I just checked in on it. And at the time of this recording, you're almost at 5,500 with a video library of 35 videos, some shorts, some more like 2-minute videos. We call those kind of mid-length. So you kind of went from 0 to 5,500 in a very short span of time. Tell me your secret behind it.
I've just always been kind of a storyteller. So it's a great way for me to get my personality. That's what I was thinking out to my clients. And so that's kind of where it started. And then I decided, one time I decided, well, you know what, I'm going to try this little promote thing that kept popping up. And so I tried it and, it was $200 and not a lot happened. And then I kind of use chat to kind of help me sit there and go, okay, how do I know how to promote something, or how do I get more clicks, and kind of came up with a formula to decide whether or not I'll promote a video or not promote a video. I have found more, it's done more good to promote it to the YouTube rather than, I don't do a lot in the LinkedIn and stuff as far as promotion. This is just because people can kind of get to all those spots anyway. And so basically just had chat help me create if it's this, and this, and then promote it. And I played with promoting it for 2 weeks, 10 days, 7 days, which has kind of become the sweet spot. It's just, I think $150 or $200 for 7 days if it's a topic that really hits.
Take a note here, because what Casey did was took a strategy question and he plugged it into ChatGPT, and you basically created a decision tree, right? Like if the video is getting some organic views, if this is happening, then this makes it a good candidate for boosting. And that's sort of the rubric you use to decide where to put your money, right?
Exactly. Yes. And it's also, and sometimes they need to have some natural traction. If you just promote a video off the get-go, you're not going to get as much traction. And sometimes if you're just like, if you'll notice, I think one of my Social Security, the longer video got more traction than I think my short did, just because it had a little bit more information. And sometimes what I've done is that some of those haven't done well, but over time they've started to gain natural organic traction, and then I'll promote them. That's just kind of where I really started to find my groove with what to do, because I didn't want to just be throwing money at nothing and not having a result.
Well, what you're seeing, we definitely see there's a difference between engagement and views with the longer format, even if it's 2 or 3 minutes with a little bit more context. And your videos here are getting, just under a couple thousand for sort of the high end, versus those shorts. You can really expect, if you're doing a boost strategy like you are, to get a lot more views, like 32,000 on this most popular one. What have you found, aside from the vanity metrics of, wow, it's great to think that 32,000 people watched this workshop, The Hidden Cost of DIY in Your Finances, but what have you learned that you can share about, what this success has meant for your business?
What it has done is it has made, I don't like to use the word closing rate, But by when I knew it was working is when I had a prospect come in, and they had said, "Casey, it's so nice to meet you, but to be honest, I feel like I already know you from all your videos." That to me was, okay, this is working. We've got to keep doing this, because I didn't really even have to. At that point, they were already sold. They were already wanted to be part of our family. It wasn't a matter of showing them everything we could do. I think that honestly built way more trust than anything else. Everything else helped. All of our processes and everything kind of helps solidify it. But I think honestly that when they saw me and they saw real person, real attitude, real personality, the emotions behind it, not just here's this strategy, here's this, but just probably felt like they were speaking to them. That to me was the win.
And I'd like to add that Casey's not relying on his YouTube channel as the only way to get that content in front of his prospects and his clients. He's got video all over his website. He uses video in his email lead funnel. So as he's getting to know a prospect, they're getting emails with videos of him explaining things like his why and his process and the onboarding. And he's also got an active Instagram and a Facebook and a LinkedIn. So video is sort of an important piece of his marketing strategy. But Casey, before I let you go, I want to talk about a different chapter of your marketing strategy. And that is a book he has been cooking up called The Financial Puzzle: Why Having Enough Still Doesn't Feel Like Enough, and What to Do About It.
Yep.
Why a book?
Well, it was actually somebody on your team who talked me into it. Actually, she planted the idea because, again, I know I have all these great stories and they're so meaningful. And when I talk to clients, those stories really help bridge that gap. I wanted to be what we call referable, or not to a point where it's like, oh, you wait to hear somebody say, oh, hey, I've got a money issue. Oh, you got to talk to my guy. I wanted to be referable. Like if you go to a good restaurant, you see an awesome movie, you can't wait to tell people. And that's kind of wanted behind this book. I wanted it to be oh man, my advisor, great guy, but man, you got to read his book, man. I think it felt like it was talking to me exactly, because I think it hits that emotional part. And again, it allows that introduction and allows them to know what we do without being sold anything. It just tells a story.
Well, congratulations on your YouTube success. Congratulations on your book that's coming soon. And let me ask you one last question. If you had a piece of advice for an advisor out there who is thinking about following in your footsteps, what would it be?
Just got to do it. Do it and be consistent. It is, like Laura said, I had other than my wife tagging me, no social media presence prior to January of 25. And I just made a commitment that I was going to be consistent on posting, whatever it may be. And so that's just the way you've got to do it. So if anything, it's be consistent and just do it. Once you do it and you get into the habit of it, you'll start to see the success. It takes time. So I know you advisors tend to go, what's my rate of return? Well, this is one that you can't measure in the first 6 months or 12 months, but it is something you got to do that you will see measure long-term, just like we tell our clients.
Thanks for that, Casey. And remember, if Casey can do it, you can do it too. And if you're looking to build authority and grow your practice with video, but you need a little help, that is what we do at Idea Decanter.